What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you simply love the NBA. We are literally less than 48 hours away from the NBA trade deadline, and from what we're hearing, a lot of things are about to go down. For this video specifically, I'm going to be talking about all of the biggest and the baddest trade rumors that we're hearing when it comes to March 23rd. There are so many NBA teams this year trying to compete, and I believe this year's NBA trade deadline, it might be a little bit better than the previous years. So if you love the NBA and you want to know some potential trades that could happen, you're going to like this. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Zoom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, guys. I would really appreciate it. A like would go a long way. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about NBA trades. Oh boy, guys, for today's video, we got a lot of news to cover up. If you guys don't know, the NBA trade deadline is on March 25th, and I'm making this video on March 23rd, which means tomorrow or the morning of March 25th, a lot of potential deals are gonna go down. I don't want you guys to expect just trades that are gonna happen. I want you guys to expect some buyout targets, players that will be waived, and potentially something that could happen that could literally shake the NBA. For this video, I'm going to be looking at the top 9 biggest highlights, the biggest rumors that is being talked about right now. The first thing that I want to talk about is Andre Drummond, his situation, and his relation to the Los Angeles Lakers. From what we heard in yesterday's report, the Cavaliers are finding trouble to trade away Andre Drummond as he's on a pretty big contract of about $29 million. All the Cavaliers are asking for is a player to match salary and then a second round pick, but no NBA team has had a lot of interest in Drummond. From what Drummond is saying, he wants to play on an NBA team that gives him a good opportunity to show the NBA what he's truly worth. He still wants to be a starting center, and from what we're hearing, the Lakers are gonna give him that position if ultimately they sign him. The Lakers have made it their top priority to get Andre Drummond, and with so many competitors such as the Brooklyn Nets getting better, the Lakers need this signing, especially with LeBron James and Anthony Davis out. It's almost guaranteed that tomorrow the Cavaliers are gonna buy Andre Drummond out, and then the next day, the Lakers sign him to a minimum contract for the rest of the year. The next big rumor we're hearing is talking about Aaron Gordon of the Orlando Magic, and we're talking about a young forward that could be wearing a new jersey very soon. Aaron Gordon is at the top of the list. In yesterday's news, Aaron Gordon officially requested a trade from the Orlando Magic, and after that trade request, so many NBA teams have been calling Orlando, according to The Athletic. The biggest trade rumor we heard this morning is the Boston Celtics calling up the Orlando Magic and offering up 2 first-round draft picks in exchange for Aaron Gordon, and I also believe Marcus Smart is in that deal. The Boston Celtics have been linked to so many forwards, Harrison Barnes, even Jeremy Grant, but with Aaron Gordon being available, he's the most realistic. And with the Boston Celtics kind of struggling right now, they need to make a move. A lot of NBA teams believe Aaron Gordon has the potential to be kind of like a Draymond Green type player, be a defensive focal point, and also be a pretty good playmaker. And we all know his ability to finish at the rim. Aaron Gordon is a really popular target right now. The next player is Victor Oladipo of the Houston Rockets, and when talking about a quote-unquote all-star that could be wearing a new jersey very soon, Oladipo is easily at the top of the list when it comes to a trade. So far this year, Depot has had a pretty good season. When it comes to a comeback season, he played pretty well on the Pacers, and then we all know on the Houston Rockets, he got traded there in that big James Harden 4-team trade, and while Depot has been active, he's averaging plus 20 points per game. The Rockets have officially announced today that when trading Depot, it's very likely, and all they're asking for is 1 first-round pick and a young player. And when talking about a team that wants Depot, guess who it is? It's the Golden State Warriors. From what we're hearing, the Rockets want James Wiseman and their first-round pick this year. I'm gonna be honest, that's a lot to ask for and a lot to demand, because you never know. With Depot being a free agent this offseason, he actually might not re-sign with the Golden State Warriors. Oladipo is being linked to so many teams. He's being linked to the Orlando Magic, he's being linked to the Boston Celtics, and to the Miami Heat. With the Houston Rockets having one of the worst records in the NBA, they're gonna tank for sure, and getting Depot for future assets is on their plan right now. The next big news is talking about DeMar DeRozan of the San Antonio Spurs, and from this morning, the Spurs have claimed that DeRozan is heavily available when it comes to a trade. Not just DeRozan, but also LaMarcus Aldridge. With LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan entering free agency this offseason as a UFA and unrestricted free agent, they believe both players will not re-sign, as both of them are entering the age in their career where they want to compete for a championship. The Spurs are definitely not a bad team. They're actually kind of in the playoff picture, but trading DeMar DeRozan to give more minutes to Keldon Johnson, DeJounte Murray, and players like Jakob Poeltl might be the best thing for their future. I still believe DeMar DeRozan is one of the best shooting guard small forwards in the NBA, and he can be a big contributor to a championship team that needs a scoring punch, especially in the starting lineup. We just heard today that apparently the Orlando Magic actually offered the Spurs a trade. It's Evan Fournier and a first-round pick in exchange for DeRozan. So far, the Spurs have not accepted that. And from what we're hearing, they're simply trying to listen to more trade offers. In my opinion, I would love to see DeRozan on the Los Angeles Lakers. That is my favorite option, but honestly, I don't think it's realistic. The next big news is talking about the Indiana Pacers, and from what we heard this morning, they are not going to trade Miles Turner, but they're listening to offers when it comes to Malcolm Brogdon. I'm kind of surprised to hear this because Malcolm Brogdon and Domantas Sabonis are definitely their big combo, their duo punch, so I'm not sure if they're willing to trade Malcolm Brogdon. I want you guys to understand this. When it says willing to listen and hear offers for a player, it doesn't mean they're trying to trade him. It just means they're picking up phones and hearing a lot of offers for him. With Malcolm Brogdon almost in his prime and has the ability to be a mature, great fundamental point guard, teams want that kind of attribute, want that kind of leadership and experience, and that's why Malcolm Brogdon is a very popular target right now. In my opinion though, with the Indiana Pacers main rotation having one more year on their roster, even next year, LeVert, Sabonis, even Malcolm Brogdon, I don't see Malcolm Brogdon or the Indiana Pacers blowing anything up. The next big rumor is talking about the Lakers again, and that's them putting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Marc Gasol in available trade talks. When the Lakers lost LeBron James to an ankle injury a few nights ago, the Lakers kind of had to take a shift in their plan and their chess game. They might have to make a big time move. When talking about the Lakers' biggest contracts, the players that have enough money to maybe trade away to get some good return, there's KCP, there's Kyle Kuzma, there's Dennis Schroeder, and there's Montrezl Harrell. And from what we're hearing, the Lakers have already put Montrez and now KCP and Marc Gasol in trade talks. If the Lakers ultimately plan on getting Andre Drummond to be their center, maybe trading away Marc Gasol might be a good idea. And with KCP having a lot of NBA value right now, remember he was a big part of the Lakers championship run last year. He brings a lot of floor spacing, a 3-and-D presence. NBA teams are definitely interested. The Lakers are the most exciting team when it comes to this year's NBA trade deadline, and when it comes to a trade, something might go down revolving these players. The next big news is talking about Kyle Lowry, and when it comes to the Raptors, they're on a 9-game losing streak, and Lowry every single day seems like he's about to be traded. From what we're hearing, the Raptors want a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and future assets for Lowry. I still believe Lowry has a lot to bring to an NBA team, especially a contender. And with the Miami Heat right now looking for a leadership player at that point guard position, Jimmy, Lowry, and Bam might make a big, strong Eastern Conference playoff push. The Raptors want Tyler Herro in exchange for Kyle Lowry. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, but honestly, I feel the Heat might pull the trigger because the Eastern Conference is just getting better. The next big news is talking about the Miami Heat, and from what we're hearing, they offered the Brooklyn Nets a trade. They offered up Mo Harkless, Avery Bradley, Kendrick Nunn in exchange for Spencer Dinwiddie. The Heat have heavy interest in Dinwiddie when it comes to future aspirations and next year. We all know Dinwiddie had a big injury at the beginning of the season. He's not going to play at all this season, but the players they're offering make sense as they're on an expiring contract. Of course, on the Brooklyn Nets perspective, this trade is great for them as they get depth off the bench to assist the big three of James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets accept this trade within the upcoming days. But the last thing that I want to talk about is a trade on the table right now involving the Lakers and the Charlotte Hornets. Yesterday, there was news that the Hornets have interest in Montrezl Harrell, and today, we got a trade offer that's being put on the table. It's the Hornets offering up Scary Terry, Terry Rozier, Bismack Biyombo, Malik Monk, in exchange for Montrezl Harrell, KCP, Alfonso McKinney, and a second-round pick. What do you guys think about this trade? The Lakers getting Dennis Schroeder and Scary Terry to run that backcourt, and then when LeBron comes back, he has players like Malik Monk off the bench. Maybe Biyombo could be a pretty good center off the bench. I'm not sure, but this is what we're hearing when it comes to the Hornets being interested in Montrezl Harrell. So ultimately, guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the biggest and baddest NBA trade rumors when it comes to March 23rd, entering NBA trade deadline season. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Are these trade scenarios realistic? Are these rumors real? Which one do you believe is the most likely to happen? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!